The horror show at Extreme Rules takes place this Sunday. And I wasn't sure what the title of the show was called. Was it Extreme Rules, the Horror Show? Or was it going to be the Horror Show Extreme Rules? I was not sure because originally I thought it was the first way. But it's now the Horror Show at Extreme Rules. You have 6 matches so far. I don't care about the show. I'm not excited for it at all. I have almost no interest. It just has not excited me. The WWE has failed me on so much, just getting me excited. And part of it's because of the situation, but there's just nothing to look forward to. Do I care about SummerSlam? I'm from reports I'm hearing they're going to phone SummerSlam in. They're not going to bring in Brock. They know it's a joke show. They know it's going to be in the Performance Center. It's just I want real people back, but they're doing everything. They're playing all the gimmicks. I don't know. Is this thing going to work? I don't think so. It's an Extreme Rules. I don't want to have more hardcore type matches. They have a lot of gimmicky matches, but not like traditional street fight or ladder match, something like that. But you got Apollo Crews against MVP for the United States title. And by the way, all the matches right here are the 6 officially listed right now. There could be more. If they add more, I'll do it in the description. I'll add it there, my predictions. But right now, I'm just going on what WWE shows me on their website. But you have the U.S. title match: Apollo Crews against MVP. Apollo Crews. Don't care about that at all. I'm going to skip that match. Next, you have the match I think is going to be using a lot of CGI. I think it's going to be a very interesting match. It's weird how they're going to use it. It's going to be... I want to see it. I don't know. It could be a train wreck. It could be entertaining. You have Rey Mysterio against Seth Rollins in an eye for an eye match. The only way the match can be won is when a competitor rips the eye out of their opponent. So Rey or Seth's going to have to literally rip their opponent's eye out to win. Well, with Seth Rollins, I think he'll win. I think Rey's going to get his eye ripped out, and I think that's it for Rey. I think he might come back if they get a contract, but he's not under contract. It's a handshake deal right now. They might sign him again later, but I think Rey's going to be out for a while. Dominic is still there, but I don't think Rey will leave, but I think he'll be gone for a while until they get a new contract. Once this pandemic's over, I think they'll start bringing people back. They might even bring people back they fired this past summer. I bet they'll bring a lot of them back. It wouldn't surprise me if they actually consider doing that. But in this match, I think Seth wins. I would be shocked if Rey wins. Next, you get to the singles match. I'm going to go to the women's match for the WWE Women's SmackDown Women's Championship. I get annoyed with this. They have too many matches on the show where they just have like straight singles matches. I think a show like this, it's more gimmick oriented, and not every match needs actually to have a gimmick. But I don't know, a match like this, I'd rather see Alexa Bliss in here instead of Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross, I don't care about. I want to see Alexa move away from her. I think she drags Alexa down. I'm sick of seeing Nikki Cross and Alexa as a team. Nikki Cross just does not excite me at all. But again, it's a throwaway show, so maybe they'll save something better for Bayley at SummerSlam. But Bayley's winning. She's not losing to Nikki Cross. No fucking way they're going to have Bayley lose a SmackDown Women's title. She's been champ for... she's been champ for a year minus like 2 weeks. She lost to Charlotte and she won it back like a week or two later. So Bayley ain't losing this at all. Bayley's still going to be the SmackDown Women's Champion. She is going to defeat Nikki Cross and retain. Next, you have the Raw Women's Championship, and I think this will be the match of the night. I'm pretty confident it'll be. I'll be surprised if it isn't. Maybe Dolph and Drew can have a good match. They'll have a match. I think I'll like this better because I'm more interested in this match than Dolph and Drew, and that's Asuka defending the Raw Women's Championship against Sasha Banks. They've never really had a pay-per-view match together. I remember a couple years ago, I think after the first Women's Royal Rumble, they had a match on Raw, and Sasha almost killed herself with the dive. I remember that. She literally almost died. It was pretty crazy. Asuka won. It was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. Here, Sasha has been really good. I think these have been the 2 MVPs on the women's division so far this year. I think Asuka's been fantastic, and I think Sasha Banks has been fantastic. I think they've both been working really hard. Sasha's in great shape, obviously. I think they'll do really good. I think they'll have a very good match. I think it'll be entertaining. I'll enjoy it. As to who wins, they could go with Sasha Banks here. I'm part of me... I'm thinking Asuka, but I don't know. It's like a 50 51-49 Asuka. That's where I'm at in this match. 51-49 Asuka. But Sasha has... Oh, man, it can go either way. I'm sure they'll have a very entertaining match. They'll have the best match on the show. You'll get people there trying to make noise, whoever they have in the crowd. They'll work hard. I'm sure they will. It's too bad it's not for the main audience, but what you're going to do. They'll do really good here. I think it'll be a great match. I think it'll be the best match of the night. One like Asuka. I think Asuka retains. I think Bayley's going to fuck this up. So I think Sasha is going to be in trouble. She's going to be in trouble with the Asuka lock. Bayley's going to make a run, and then Kairi Sane's going to come out. There's going to be interference. Bayley's going to go and try to help Sasha win, and Bayley's going to fuck up. She's going to make a mistake, and Asuka's going to win. So I think it continues to feud with Bayley and Sasha, sets up their match. I don't think it'll be SummerSlam. I think it'll be continued after SummerSlam. Maybe it goes to WrestleMania. They could do it. It's realistic. They can do it. I know WrestleMania is only 8 months now. It's insane how fast time flies. It's crazy, but WrestleMania isn't that far away. They could do it that time. You could get Bayley and Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 37. And maybe it's a performance center, but they could do that. But I think Asuka's going to win. I'm going with Asuka, but Sasha could go to Sasha. So, next we go to the WWE Championship match, Drew McIntyre against Dolph Ziggler. So, we don't know the stipulation. I'm thinking maybe ladder match, but I think what it's going to be, this is my prediction. I'm going to go back to a while. Vicky Guerrero actually made her return on AEW. She made her debut on AEW. I mentioned her because Dolph Ziggler was wrestling Edge, and Edge was champ back in 2011, I believe, before Edge made his first retirement. And Dolph Ziggler had a match with Edge where Edge could not use the spear. If Edge used the spear, he got disqualified. And I think in the match, Edge used the spear, he got disqualified, and Dolph Ziggler won the world title for like 1 week, and then of course he lost it back. But they've done that before. I think they can do something like this. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be the same type of stipulation. Dolph Ziggler is going to have a match where Drew McIntyre cannot hit the Claymore kick. If Drew McIntyre hits a Claymore kick on Dolph Ziggler wins the match by disqualification and becomes the new WWE champion. I think that's a stipulation for this match. That's my prediction. I think it's going to be that. I think Drew's going to win. He'll find another way to win with the Claymore. He'll use a different move. Drew will beat Dolph. Dolph Ziggler is not fucking beating Drew McIntyre. Forget about that. I don't know who Drew's going to face at SummerSlam. I think it's Randy. I'd pick it to be Randy Orton. I think that's the most obvious match. That'll be, or Brock, but I don't think Brock will be there. I think it's Drew and Randy at SummerSlam. Orton's doing was one of his best years. He's been great. He might get the Wrestler of the Year for all I know. I mean, he's been really good this year. But I think going with Drew. I think he'll win out. Maybe he uses a sleeper. I don't know, but I think it's going to be Drew. Dolph Ziggler just do a match where Drew can't use the Claymore. So next, I get to the thing where I think this is the main event. It could not be, it might not be, but I think because it's a horror show and this is the horror show match, I think this will be the main event. You have Braun Strowman against Bray Wyatt, and this is going to be the cult leader Bray Wyatt. His David Koresh type of gimmick. That's going to be the kind of Bray we get, the original gimmick. I think we'll get the Swamp fight here. You could see some cameos. Maybe you get Eric Rowan. He can make an appearance. I think we're not going to see Luke Harper, obviously, but could see someone like Rowan. You could see Wyatt family members. You could have things there. Could be an interesting match. Could be fun. It's not going to be as good as the Boneyard match. It's not Undertaker and AJ. It's Braun and Bray. Not Taker AJ, of course, but could be entertaining. I think they'll have a fun match. They're calling the show the horror show. They should have waited till October to do this show. That's what I keep thinking. Horror show. Who thinks of horror in July? I think of horror in October during Halloween season. Why would you want to do a horror show in the middle of July? I would think more of they already did the Great American Bash, like more patriotic type shows, something like that, Independence Day type show. Not really horror in the middle of the summer. Well, it is horror what's going on in the world, and you can't go fucking outside without wearing a goddamn mask in this heat. So yeah, I guess it is a bit horror, but hey. That's the horror show at Extreme Rules. It takes place this Sunday. As for who's going to win with Braun and Bray, I'm going Bray. I think Bray wins. I think he'll do something. I think it sets up Braun Strowman and The Fiend at SummerSlam. So picking Braun to win, and that's my predictions for WWE's The Horror Show at Extreme Rules.